So it said don't put all your eggs in one basket. This could not be further from the truth with this bike. I've had this bike since I was 18 years old and I have spent a small fortune on it. Stock model is an Allez C2 Sport, upgraded, full 105. So there's a 53/39 on the front, big chainring. All the way going to back, there's an 11/28 with a long cage mech on there. So I've got the opportunity to put on an 11/32, which is going to happen when the chain wears, because it'll be too short, or it might be too short to compensate for that. Otherwise, it's got Shimano standard cables on it, which are due for a change very soon. It's got the baseline SPD pedals being held down here by a bottle of the pink stuff, matching deda bottle cages, and the latest upgrade, 35mm clamping handlebars. Super slick. As well as this, I'm running an RS11 Shimano on the front with 28mm rubinos on the front, Rubino Pros, so they're a really nice squidgy pressure, super smooth riding. On the front I've got stock Shimano brake pads, which are due a change quite soon, and on the back Jaguar wet braking. Now I got these because I got a bit too much wear in my old brake pads. And by a bit too much wear, I mean I took a corner far too fast and wasn't able to brake in it. I was a bit of a chopper. But yeah, full 105 throughout. None of this cheap sort of knocking something else out. This is genuine 105. No power meter, but you know, do you really need power in the winter? Probably. As well as this, I've got a mavic aksium, a nice long valve on there, and I've stopped putting on the little rings. This one you couldn't anyway because it's straight valve. I think this one is a Michelin, or it's something else, I can't remember. It's probably a Michelin that I got from work. The tyres are very mucky. But yeah, I stopped putting the rings on and the caps on because they just extend the time. With Presto valves, you've got that nice little stopper on there, so you don't actually have to take it off. You know, the dust cap doesn't really do anything, it just keeps muck out, so that closes fine. Just got to make sure I open it up now and again. And I'm checking the pressure regularly, so I don't really need it. It just makes changing tubes a little faster. Yeah, got some bladed spokes on the back. Yeah. And what I really like is when my headset went. I went to a place called Raymond Cycles in Brighton. Really flush headset in there. Shimano standard, not Shimano, Specialized standard. All that is left that is stock on the bike is the frame, the seat post, and the seat. This saddle is a Specialized Breather, and this is actually super comfy. You can see the way it flows back and up, so you really get your sit bones in there, and you've got the pressure relief channel. So this is actually super comfy on a long ride. I don't think it's the perfect saddle for me, so that's the next thing to come off. That, and then seat post collar, because it's just big and it's ugly. This bike's actually 56cm. Give you an idea of height, I'm 5'9", 5'10", thereabouts. And the bike is too big for me, fundamentally. Being a 56, you can see sort of the drop off there. That doesn't really show it. Yeah, not too much drop. I don't actually know how much drop there is, but there's 110mm stem on there, just to give it slightly smoother handling around corners. Physique, soft touch bar tape. I like my bar tape quite squidgy, quite soft. I don't like the tacky, sticky stuff. This stuff works really well for me. I had something similar by Profile Design before, but this is just so much nicer. I'm not normally a fan of the physique stuff, but this is the exception. Super, super nice. Proper Shimano hoods on there. Need a bit of adjustment. I did come off my bike, so they do need to be readjusted and retorqued into place. And normally up here, over the 35, is where I'll put my Garmin Edge 25. And I've taken it off for this video. But you can see the really clean cut lines. The colour in this isn't, on the phone is showing it to be very orange. It's very much not. It's very much a red colour. If I can, there we go. And now you can really see the red in it. Really nice red lines on that. So this is actually a 2014 model, but it's got the latest 105 on it. Latest is in last year's. And I got these handlebars and stem from, I think, Chain Reaction and Wiggle, which are pretty good. The handlebars came in a massive box. But yeah, the Allez, really, really clean cut lines. For a second-hand bike, this would be, with the stock Sora that it comes with, it'd be amazing. The upgrade from Sora though to 105, it's in another league. It's 105. Like as I said, 5339 on another level. The speed you get off that little cassette. Admittedly, I live in the South Downs, near the South Downs, and I go to university actually in the park, so it's quite hilly around where I live. The 2839 just about does the job, but Ditchling Beacon is very much an out of the saddle job, pushing on the pedals. So I think I'm going to change that out to get the maximum gear ratio I can possible to an 1132 to give me those big ratios. Because if I'm pushing 53 on the front and 11 on the back, that's about, not quite 1:5 ratio, but then 39, 32, that's almost 1:1. I know that's not exact maths, it's rough. But yeah, pushing a 39 on the front and a 32 on the back will probably be a little easier than a 28. It's 4 more teeth, but it's every little counts. And I probably, you know, sometimes I have to, I'm sat in that ring and just wish I had a little bit extra. So that little bit extra variation next year might help. I'm going to leave the standard chainring on for criterium racing in the early season. So late January, early February, there's going to be some crit races on Preston Park Velodrome. I'm going to renew my license and hopefully compete, as last year I tried to compete and very much got spat out the arse. But yeah, the setup as I got it at the moment is really nice for me. The one thing I would change at the moment, if I could, and I did try to, is the conical spacer under here. So this is 20mm, and because the bike is so big for me, I've only got that much gap under the saddle, which isn't a lot. And the point of having a high saddle is not to get that massive drop because you can put the stem up, it's to get the compliance backwards, so you got that bigger torque value pushing you that way, so you got more of a rock and it absorbs more of the road as you're going along. And I don't have that because I've got a nice short seat post in there. Well, not nice, but, and I've got my little, this is my don't touch this tape, you'll get back pain, because I keep putting my saddle up just to get a little bit of power out, and while my legs get a little more extension out of it, it does put my back in quite a bit of pain. So that is the don't go above this height piece of tape. That's about it. Super, super nice. The way I've cabled it as well makes it pretty good for sticking things in between. The handbars are 42 width, but they're slightly smaller than my old ones, which were 42, or are they 44? I'm questioning myself now. It doesn't say. There's some cool little writing in there. Yeah, the 35mm stem, which is triple butted. So hopefully that'll help me out in the little crit races for any little sprints for some power and transmission. So I'm going to hit the roads and hit the gym and hopefully compete next season. Thank you for watching.